Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the uncoordinated, spontaneous 2-meter crew anti-net. My name is Nick, call signs KN6DAL, and I'll be tonight's coordinator. First, we want to just take a moment and say thanks to the W6VVR repeater and the Vaca Valley Radio Club. Also to the FreeStar Network for the use of their repeaters and digital connections, and to the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club for the use of their repeater system. And then also to the owners and operators of the WX5NAS repeater system. And then last but not least, a big shout out to Mike, WG5EEK, Greg, W5GSW, and Brian, KK6BXP for all their continued networking efforts. And we're going to take just a second and see if there's any emergency or priority traffic. If there is at any point during the anti-net, you can always just say break, break, and your call sign will clear the air, let you pass whatever pertinent message you have. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All right, nothing being heard. The 2-meter crew is not an actual club. We're just a group of hams that are learning and enjoying all things ham related. There's no dues or fees to be a 2-meter crew member. If you're looking for more information, you can check out our website at 2metercrew.net, and you can also join our Discord groups. There is links in the YouTube description, which we are live streaming on at Northwest Ham Shack, and you can follow those links to get hooked up in those ways. This is an open net. It's open for everyone to come in, chime in, check in, pass a message. If you hear somebody you want to talk to, you're always feel free to just come in on it at any time. Did you see Connor's message about, I'm linked to him right now. We're good. He's all linked up. All right. The 2-meter crew anti-net meets every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 a.m. UTC on the W6VVR repeater. We're also connected through multiple digital links, Echolink at W6VVR-R, and AllStar nodes 51094, 512342, and 55655. You can also connect through DMR talk group 317, 4117, and 419964. YSF reflector 50462 and 24033, as well as TGIF talk group 2133. And then the FreeStar AllStar link is 2196, and we are also linked to the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club's repeater in San Mateo. All right, so that's all for business. Last but not least, we are live streaming again on Northwest Ham Shack. If you like and subscribe, you'll get notifications when we go live. And with that, is there anybody out there that has never checked in with us before that would like to check in? Or any new ham radio operators? Is there any new licensed operators or new check-ins? Feel free to come on in now. All right, we'll go on to any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check into the 2-meter crew anti-net, come on in now. All right, nothing being heard. I'm going to pass it on over to Mike, WG5EEK. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Hey, yeah, this is Mike WG5EK. I'm doing great. Glad to be here. Glad to have this anti-net here and have a kind of a roundtable of discussion about things that we've been doing lately. So the only real big thing that I've been doing lately I've been working on my shack. As you guys probably know, I have a 991A, Yaesu FT 991A. And I have the speaker that you can purchase that goes along with that. And it's in my opinion, it's extremely overpriced. I got it thrown in free with my radio. I think the retail price on DX Engineering is like $170. And I took the thing apart, and it's literally just a big aluminum case with a speaker that's like tiny. And I was like, this sucks, man. So I went on Amazon and I ordered a replacement speaker, and it was like 20 bucks. Not too bad. It's just a 2.5 inch like full range speaker, but it fits in there perfectly. It's the same size as the other one, except it's like a different cone, has a lot bigger magnet on there. And then there's also a 47,000 ohm resistor that's shorted across the positive and negative of the RCA jack. And reading on some forums, it really doesn't serve a purpose as far as RFI or anything like that. So it's like I took it off and I did both of those mods, and it sounds a lot better when you use the dynamic noise, reduction, like, or whatever it's called, the DNR, and the filters basically on there. It normally sounds very washed out and very like robotic. Um, but with this new speaker and taking that resistor, the resistor out, it sounds a lot better. I mean, honestly, it's like a completely different sound. And so it's really nice. Definitely worth it. I would not recommend buying that Yaesu speaker, the SP-10. It's just not worth it. But like I said, I got it thrown in with the radio for free. And so I was like, I got to make this sound better. Previously, I was running everything through a guitar amp, which is it sounds really nice, but it drives the family nuts when I'm trying to, chase DX or do anything like that. So I wanted something that was a little bit more local to the room. Whoops, that was a little loud. A little bit of feedback. And so I decided I want to modify this speaker, and it sounds better. So that's for the most part everything that I've done this week. I've done, or this the last couple weeks actually. There are some other things that we can get into later if anyone's interested. But that's all I have for now, Nick. Thanks for choosing me first and getting that knocked out of the way. I'll turn it back over to you, and maybe we can try some more check-ins or something. I don't know. This is WG5EEK turning it back to the anti-net coordinator, KN6DAL.
Hey, thanks, Mike. So it sounds like the most worthwhile part of that entire speaker is the box because it fits the radio really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all for aesthetics, It's
Yeah.
like literally that. I would say that speaker they threw in there was probably like a $3 speaker. I don't really understand what that resistor served except for making it quieter. So it's like it makes no sense. Like some people were saying that, yeah, it rolls off the highs or whatever. I'm like, it sounds with that crappy speaker, like it's not doing any good anyway. So I
Right.
tried it both with the new speaker, with and without that resistor. I put it in, took it out, and like it sounds, but it's louder and it sounds better to
Yeah.
me personally. Of course, audio is very subjective, but to me, it sounds better without that resistor and replacing the speaker. And I can go on. I got it on Amazon. I'll throw that in the chat
Yeah.
on in the YouTube. That way, if anybody's watching now or later, they can see what I did. So
That's awesome. Yeah, this is Nick KN6DAL. I did the same thing with the Elecraft KX2. The internal speaker that it comes with is just like tinny garbage. It
mhm.
when once you turn the volume up past like a quarter of the way, it starts like rattling on the inside of the box, and it just didn't sound very good. And so I think I went to Mauser and just found an internal speaker that was similar in dimensions, but had a little deeper battery or a little deeper magnet on the back,
Yep.
but still fit. There's not very much room to fit a bigger speaker, so I understand why they did it. But yeah, it's amazing what a better speaker will do for it. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, cool. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in, come on in now. Trying to find... All right, next up we got Bert, N6EFR. How's the drive going, Bert?
Hey, it's N6EFR. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little bit traffic, but not too bad. Hopefully I'll get home in half an hour, 40 minutes or so. But nothing else much. I did get like a couple of new things for try to get some CW going. Bought like this little teeny thing off of Amazon. It's like $30. It does like it'll give you like the tones for like the dots and the dashes for like for like iambic paddles, and so it works out pretty well to like learn it in the car, but I still can't get the ear for it yet. But yeah, that's about it so far. It's N6EFR. Back to you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the check-in, man. It's good to kind of see you. I can't really see you in your car, but I can see little shadows of your outline from time to time. There he is. He's alive. Right on. Thanks for checking in, Bert. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in, come on in now.
W5 GSW.
Greg, W5 GSW. How's it going, buddy?
Good evening, gentlemen. This is W5 GSW. The name's Greg, out of Apex, North Carolina. Always nice to hear you guys on the radio. Just kind of hanging out with the wife while watching TV tonight, and I was cruising through the bands, and I realized that the Anti-Net is on. So I just wanted to say hi. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll hand it back to Net Control. Good to see you, Nick. I will be clear.
Awesome, man. I appreciate the check-in. As you guys are all talking, I'm trying to mess around with some of the audio settings because it sounds like coming through the Zoom chat, we're not getting as much audio through. So I'm going to pass it over to Dave, K6WBY, and you can be our next guinea pig. How's it going, Dave?
Hey, Nick. Everything's going great. Thanks for putting me on here. This is Dave, K6WBY, at a high school baseball game here in St. Helena. Mike, I think the most important thing about those speakers is the direction they face. And like with my FTM 500, with that front speaker facing at your ears, it's a lot easier to hear and understand than the one that's pointing up on the top of the radio. So I'm looking forward to getting a project like that going for my 991A2. But thanks for the advice, and good to see you, Nick. Want to hear more about Hawaii. Thanks, everybody. K6WBY.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Yeah, I kind of forgot to mention. The reason why we haven't been on in a couple weeks is I was gone out of town. I was on a trip to Maui. It was just me and the wife, and so that was a ton of fun. And then I got back home, and I got sick, and I'm just kind of getting over that right now. But no, it was a blast. Didn't do really anything ham radio related. We just kind of hung out on the beach and went snorkeling and watched the whales. The coolest part is the whales are all in this channel in between Maui and this other island, and they come in there to give birth. And so there's like so many whales, humpback whales in this channel that like many other animals like dolphins and stuff leave because the whales make so much noise. And when you go in the water, you can swim out like even just 30 yards and duck your head underwater, and you can hear the whales all talking, and it's so loud. And I had a little GoPro camera with me, and I was able to record them, and I didn't even know if it would pick it up because it's in like a little waterproof case. But I was like videoing turtles and stuff, and when I went back to watch the videos, I turned the volume up, and I could hear the whales all yelling at each other. It was pretty cool. So that's always been a fun experience for me because I really enjoy being out in the water and stuff. But yeah, this is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. That's all I got. Let's see who else we got out there. Anybody else want to check in? Come on in now.
Hey Nick, I sent you some pictures in Discord. If you want to show those on the stream, you can see the speaker difference.
Oh yeah, I see them there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can pull those up.
Cool. You can just laugh at the size of that speaker that comes in a $170 case. It's ridiculous.
I've looked at that silly case and almost bought it a time or two, not really thinking about what's inside. I just kind of trusted Yesu would put something nice in there for me.
No. Yeah, you would think, but it's terrible.
Look at that.
Oh, I need to put that up on. Hold on.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah,
That's
but
really
YouTube can't see it though.
Mm.
So I'll put it up here for YouTube. There we go.
Yeah, go to the next couple of speakers or pictures. I mean, it's just not. It's nothing. It's
Yeah,
just empty
it's a
space.
completely empty box.
Yeah. And then there's that 47,000 ohm resistor that is shorted across the RCA jack.
It looks like a capacitor.
Well, it might be, but I tested it. It's 47,000 ohms.
Yeah, that's a where did it go?
Well, it's garbage, whatever it is. Complete garbage.
We can't get close enough to it.
I've got it in a drawer, I think. So I was like, this is worth.
Yeah, that's a capacitor. I think
yeah, you're
it's
right. It's a capacitor.
I think
It's
it's for like voltage spikes or something.
Well, it's garbage.
Yeah. And then the last one is right here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sounds a lot better.
Look at that thing.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad you were able to tweak with it. And I mean, that's kind of what this is all about, right? You just find something, and even if it works, you take it apart and you fix it anyway. And you sometimes learn things along the way.
Yeah, I learned that Yaesu is cheap. For some reason, I don't know.
I think every manufacturer's cheap in some regards, right? Depending on what they can get away with.
Yeah. Who's gonna open it up? It just looks nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the case. And then there's probably people that rave about this thing like it's the best ever.
It sounds so amazing. It's like, no, it doesn't.
This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. We're looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in, come on in now.
B. Vincent Pittsburgh checking in and watching you on the YouTube. Back to net.
Vince in Pittsburgh. I forgot your call sign. Can you come again with it? And I think it cut you off in the beginning, so I didn't hear it.
Mike 6, Quebec, Lima Bravo. Quiet Lazy Bones.
All right, got it. How's it going tonight?
Had things to do. Just remembered you were on tonight, so I thought I'd jump in and I'm going to be watching you on the YouTube there.
Yeah, well, you probably aren't missing much, but we'll see what we can conjure up. It's good to hear you, man. Thanks for checking in. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in, come on in now.
Mike 0 Kilo Victor Foxtrot.
Mike Kilo 6. I lost the call sign.
Mike 0 Kilo Foxtrot is what I got.
All right, I think it was Mike 0 Kilo Foxtrot. Come again?
Yeah, Mike 0 Kilo Victor Foxtrot.
There we go.
All right, Mike 0 Kilo Victor Foxtrot. This is KN6DAL. How you doing tonight?
Yes, very well, thank you. Calling you from the UK, from Nottinghamshire. Just thought I'd just check in with you and wish you all a good day, basically. Thank you very much for replying to me.
Well, yeah, thank you for checking in with us and saying hi. We're just hanging out, having a kind of impromptu 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Right now it's about 8:22 p.m. my time, so I'd imagine it's is it 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning for you right now?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm currently at work on a little bit of a break, coming to the end of the night shift, ready for a weekend off.
Well, that sounds nice. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and again, I appreciate you checking in. If there's anybody else out there from the UK up this early in the morning, tell them to chime in and say hi. I'll say 7-3. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're looking for any and all check-ins.
Tango Romeo.
Did anybody catch the beginning of that?
That's Dan.
What's that?
ETR.
Oh.
Dan N6 ETR.
N6 ETR. What's going on, buddy? How are you? I just heard Tango Romeo, and I was like,
Yeah,
wait.
that's all I heard too.
This is Dan, N6 ETR in Vacaville. I'm doing all right, a little bit under the weather, so I decided to forego turning on the camera this evening, but still wanted to pop in and say hi and listen to the group chat. I told you I'd have my ham shack upstairs, but of course I'm a little bit of a liar. I'm still working on taping and mudding on a wall, so that's postponed until I finish that room, but otherwise not too much else going on. I'm talking to you on a new-to-me radio, a Yaesu 8800 with the crossband repeat function, so I'm looking forward to using that more. But that's all I've got going on. How was your trip to Hawaii, Nick? I heard you saw some whales.
Yeah, saw some whales, turtles, all the good stuff. Yeah, I don't, I'm kind of distracted here because for some reason I'm coming in good through VVR, but anybody that comes in through Zoom isn't. And it's kind of driving me nuts because I didn't change anything. And I was just talking with Mike earlier today before we started about how much I hate Windows right now, and I'm starting to feel like it's an update problem because every time my my machine updates, it tends to cause an issue. But it could be a number of different things. I'll have to test some stuff out here afterwards. But yeah, anyway, Hawaii was really good. It was nice. It was relaxing. There was lots of there. We went with my work, so there was about 500 other managers with my work that went, and so we got to see some people that we hadn't seen in a while, and It was just a really enjoyable time. We got to go drive around all kinds of different parts of the island and just sort of do our own thing for the week. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you're getting over being sick. I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like I sound weird in my own ears and my face looks all droopy, but I'll be better by next week. So thanks for the check-in. This is Nick, KN6 DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. We are looking for any and all check-ins. Come on in now.
I recognize his voice and his old radio.
K7 CBL Mobile. Good evening.
Connor, K7 CBL. How's it going tonight?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with audio stuff. Like half the people were barely audible, and then I don't know what was going on, but you were connected to our local repeater here, and there was not enough audio, I guess. The node wasn't opening up, and it was just occasionally coming up. So I had to disconnect it, and yeah, super funky stuff. And then the VVR, I'm not sure what's going on there, but normally it's full quieting, and I barely am hearing it tonight, so it's definitely a weird one. Not much to report here. Just been working. Just got back from, I had to do some site maintenance. Our repeater had some weird stuff going on yesterday, so was up there poking at it to figure out what was going on. And yeah, just keeping super busy. I'm glad to hear that your Hawaii vacation went well. I had a coworker who went 2 weeks ago, and he said it was like 80 degrees, which is like a funny when he said that, because it was 38 degrees here with downpouring rain, roads flooded, trees all over, and it was a nightmare at work for us trying to get up to some of these hilltops. So glad to hear that was going good for you. Maybe I'll catch you guys on Zoom here in a little bit, but I'll hop out for now and let you get back to it. K7 CBL, Mobile, San Mateo.
All right, good to hear from you. Yeah, we'll be hanging out on Zoom here for a minute. I think the best time to test stuff is while we have everything going. So, Mike, I'm going to pass it back over to you because you were the first audio report that wasn't good, and just come in and say something. KN60AL to WG5EEK.
Yeah, this is Mike, WG5EEK. I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I can talk about something else. Yeah, so one of the other projects that I was working on, I like to take old server power supplies, modify them, and then use them to power my shack or my radios or whatever. And I got a really good deal on like 6 Dell power supplies, which I've not used Dell before. But I found a forum that shows you how to get them to power on and get the voltage out without having to be plugged into a server. And I did that. I did the mod on that. It was super simple. You short a few pins and it turns on. But then I did what I normally have been starting to do with the HP's power supplies is I will drill a hole through each of the blade connections for the positive and negative. And for some reason, the Dells don't like that. They have some kind of protection where it think there's a fault, and then it'll power on real quick, and then all the voltage will just drain out. And I tried a few different methods of saying, hey, short these two together first, and then when it powers up, short another wire to this pad. Yeah, I didn't like that either. It didn't make a difference. So I ruined a few power supplies, so I ended up with 4 instead of 6, and I'm giving 2 of them away to a buddy. So it leaves me with a couple, but that's fine because I still got 4 good ones for $35, so that's less than $10 each. And if you ever bought a ham radio power supply, you're going to be spending a lot of money. And these are, they're little, they're like 12.5 amps or 12.5 volts, and then they put out 62 amps, which is enough to power pretty much any HF rig. I use it to power a bunch of like VHF, UHF, AllStar link nodes. Or if I just want to take something out and try an antenna somewhere, I don't have to lug a 60-pound linear, or a power supply somewhere, like a what are they called, Nick? What's a normal power supply besides switching? What's the other one?
A
A
linear.
linear power supply. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But I want to be sure. And anyway, so like they're cheap, like you can get good deals on eBay. That's where I get them. They're used, of course. But another buddy of I and I were talking about the value of things, and we're talking about how people, especially in any hobby community, will, if they've got the money, they're going to spend it on something. Doesn't matter if it's actually worth that. It's like, oh, it's nice. I'm going to buy it. I got the money. But I think with the ham radio community, for the most part, a lot of us like to save money when we can and innovate and do things ourselves instead of just paying somebody, which is, I like doing that. So like when I found out a long time ago that I could modify these power supplies, it doesn't have to be a server power supply. A lot of people modify computer power supplies. You can get those really cheap, but I like the server ones because they're kind of made a little bit better because they are in an environment where they already have built-in fans. They have a little bit better, RFI control where it's not so noisy. And a lot of tests have been done on them lately, and like these server power supplies are pretty clean. They're not perfect, of course, but for the cost, it's really good. And so I recommend looking into that. There's a lot of forums out there, YouTube videos on how to do these things, and you can get good deals on eBay on used supplies. I regularly get deals for like two for like $20. So for $10 each, you can get a 60, 70, 80 amp power supply for your shack. Looks like we dropped the VVR. Is that true, Nick?
I rekeyed it. Let's see.
There it goes. There it goes. But anyway, yeah, so you can get good deals on these power supplies and save you a lot of money. And it's fun to do. I like building them and then giving them away to either new hams or people that are going to use them for different projects, especially if it's a project that I'm interested in. Like, hey, if you need a supply and you can get something else on the air, that's cool. Let's collaborate. I can build something for you, maybe do a trade or something, depending on what it is. But it's fun. Yeah, I like doing it. But that's it. That's the other project I've been working on the last couple weeks since we've been on here. So hopefully that audio went through. I don't know. I guess people will tell us, but at least it's
Oh, we're getting all the reports. None of them are good, which is
not my fault. All right, this is WG5EK.
This is Nick KN6DAL. Yeah, it's I'm sure it's my fault because I'm the one that has everything connected. I just don't know what the problem is yet. But for whatever reason, it's not me because it's not my audio input through the mic. It's something between Zoom. We keep getting these issues with Zoom. We should just get off of the platform.
Yeah, let's just switch over to this Discord.
Let's plan on trying Discord, even if it's a dumpster fire the next time we do it. Let's just give it a shot because we've ran into this problem how many times with Zoom where the audio doesn't feed right and something's wrong. But yeah, I don't know really what else I can change because everything that I'm feeding through my digital mixer is going out to IAXRPT, and it's seeing me fine, but as soon as you start talking, the audio level drops to nothing. And so
that's weird. But you could hear me on Zoom fine, right?
Just fine, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no separation between between my levels out, so I don't know what the issue is, unless Zoom did an update and I'm missing a setting. I'm also getting reports that I'm kind of crappy too. So hey, you know what? We're all in this together, Mike.
I'll take that.
This is Nick KN6DAL. I'll take one last call. We'll see if there's any other check-ins out there, and then we'll switch over to hanging out on YouTube. This is Nick KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Looking for any last calls on check-ins. Come on in now.
Waiting room.
Kilo 5 Alpha Bravo November. checking in via Echolink here. And for some reason or another, you're constantly coming through Echolink.
My what? K5ABN, thanks for checking in. It's good to hear you tonight. You sound good coming in through Echolink. I didn't copy what you had said was going on. If you could come again with what you were saying.
Well, for some reason, whenever you're not, I don't think you're meaning to, but it's constantly TXing and coming through the Echolink, and not a lot of people use the Echolink to transmit really.
There's a couple reasons that could be. One, it could be related to the problem that we're having with an audio issue, where you may think that it's being keyed up and nobody's talking, but somebody's actually talking. We just can't hear it. The second could be that Echolink is like the redheaded stepchild of digital connections, and oftentimes has those kinds of problems all on its own. So it's really hard to say what it is, but thanks for bearing with it. We're always a work in progress, so that's just the way it be sometimes. This is Nick, KN6DAL, with the 2 Meter Crew Antinet.
Roger that. Well, I just was trying to find out what was going on here. K5AD, and back to you. And
we are too. Yeah, thanks for checking in. It's good to hear you. You sound great coming through. Hope to see you next time. This is Nick, KN6DAL, with the 2 Meter Crew Antinet. Last call for any check-ins. Come on in now.
Man, this is rough.
I didn't hear that.
He said, yeah.
Via RF Clayton, California.
All right, station in Clayton. One more time with your call. How's it going?
Thought I'd come in and say hi to you in the net. No traffic. W6LB 73 all.
All right, thanks for the check-in, W6LLB. This is Nick, KN6DAL, with the 2 Meter Crew Antinet. Looking for any last calls for check-ins.
You hitting him with a 3 times last call strat, Nick? Get those
Yeah.
check-ins?
Matt in Yuba City, how's it going tonight? I did see the message. Is it just audio from other people coming through Zoom, or is it are you hearing bad audio from me as well?
It's not quite. It's a little bit static, but I think that's from my environment, not from the repeater itself.
Okay.
Between 7 and 8 SGNX from all the way from Yuba City. I'm reading you about 4 out of 5. It's just some people, I think from Zoom, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure. Back to you, this is KN6WN.
Yeah, I think after this anti-net, I'll take my computer out back and pull an office space on it, and then we'll just start from scratch. This is Nick, KN6DAL, with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Thanks for checking in. I think that about wraps it up. We're going to move everything over to hanging out on YouTube for a little bit. If anybody wants to join in on that fun, you can check us out at Northwest Ham Shack. And if you join our Discord, there's links provided. You can message one of the admins, and we can get you hooked up with a link to join the chat. So thank you to all for checking in tonight, and we'll say 7-3 until we come back next time, hopefully with some better audio. So see y'all then, 7-3.
Yikes! That was a rough one, boys.
So what's wasn't no good, boys.
Dude,
So
dude.
here was the problem.
Connor, you're super loud.
He's always super loud.
there
You have
we
to
go.
turn your
Is that
audio
better?
down every time
Is that
he
better?
comes on.
Is
That's
that
a little
more
too
better?
quiet.
A
It's
little too quiet. All right, how's that? Is that a
Something
little
in the
better?
middle.
Right
You
there.
know
That's
how some
tolerable.
people that are
You got it.
short.
Close
You know
enough.
how some people that are short drive big trucks. Connor compensates with a loud microphone.
No,
We just learned.
just
We just learned to love him for who he is. It is what it is.
wah wah. Y'all have dinosaur ears.
No, I was listening on my local node for a little bit, and everybody coming from either VVR or even you, Nick, they sounded exactly the same. So I don't know what the problem is.
So here's what was happening for me. So you connected to 55655, which the repeater is fixed now magically. It fixed itself, and there was so little audio that it was the radio was transmitting, but like, I don't know, Mike, you've probably experienced this when the audio is super low and it like flutters.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like it's got AGC basically, and it like fluttered out and it would drop and it would come up and drop, and it was just like kerchunking the repeater until you came on, Nick, and you were like loud as hell, and and you were keeping it up. So, but then when Mike was talking that last time, I sent that video of my portable I just had got in the driveway. It was like, that's my everyday radio, my super loud boy one, like full blast. And it's like, all I can hear is when Mike's talking, he's just and I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, Discord next time around. I think that's not a terrible idea. We might have to poke at some of your settings though.
Yeah, well, I just don't see any. Gosh, everything's hooked up properly. I mean, I'm just because every now and then when Windows does an update, well, every time Windows does an update, it completely resets everything on OBS. But this is obviously not an OBS issue.
No.
This is a direct link between voice meter. And all IAX RPT sees is my voice meter output, my main voice meter output. So anything that I feed through voice meter while I'm keyed up is coming through the repeater. That could be anything from a YouTube video to Mike talking to whatever. So I can control all of that. I essentially backed it down as much as I could on YouTube and maxed it out on voice meter just to see. And sometimes the mic would pick him up and sometimes it wouldn't. So
that's super weird.
I don't know.
You can hear me, Connor. Can you hear me fine now?
I mean, okay. I think what I was hearing, I can hear you on Zoom fine.
Yeah, okay.
Mike,
so it's not my audio. I'm just making sure it's not me.
Hang on. So you, Mike, are like I can tell you're not on a. I can tell like it sounds like you're on like a laptop mic.
Well,
right. So there's a lot of.
It's a Logitech mic, so.
Oh, is it the webcam mic? That would explain. I mean, there's a lot of It's like muffly. Is the best way to explain it.
Here's it's maxed out. Is that better?
No, it just everything is louder. The same quality but louder.
It's like whatever then.
I couldn't understand you at all, but yeah, that was
weird.
Certainly weird. Yeah, I think, Nick, honestly,
this always happens. This has always been a Zoom problem.
Yeah, we've always had problems with Zoom. Like before they introduced the what was it, original sound for musicians or whatever that thing is. That we always had problems with with that. And then they finally put that in, but I've never really noticed a huge difference in that. So yeah, I think we should just try Discord. We have video. It's just we'll just redo some of your audio pathing stuff, Nick, because I think we can.
Nothing even needs to change because I'm set up for.
Well, yeah.
All my Zoom Discord stuff is set up through the same thing. We could switch over to Discord now.
I mean, what I think we should do is definitely poke at some of the settings, though, like for leveling with like voice meter. So, for example, you aren't like super loud, and then Zoom is like a little bit quieter. Well, I mean, Like, because there's definitely an imbalance there. The other bad part about Zoom is when there's audio peaks, there's no settings really for the end user for things like AGC, like a
Right.
good working AGC. So when there's audio peaks, like when Mike clapped out his microphone just then, it was all peaky. In Discord, if you turn on AGC, you won't get to that point. So we won't, and the delay's less. So the days of, I mean, I'm sure you guys remember way back in the day, it was like a yelling fest to get a word in. Because, and then the delay was so bad. So people just started talking on each other.
Yeah.
So.
I think,
I don't know.
Yeah, the other thing is like, so I'm US essentially, for lack of a better way to put it, I'm joystick controlled, if that makes sense. So IAXRPT can utilize a couple of features to run the PTT. And so the transmit button can be controlled via joystick, which is a foot pedal for me, that I just have a USB foot pedal that's telling. So I'm not running like into a radio or anything. I'm just running a controller that's just transmitting, like basically clicking the button. So I can key up and it won't actually start transmitting across my node.
PQ, K, A, E, A.
Okay. Sorry.
And disconnected. I just yanked.
FreeStar. Someone just literally called
When you
call
call CQ on a repeater.
across
You call
FreeStar.
CQ on a repeater on a linked repeater network.
Yeah, it sounds like they didn't know their call sign either.
That's super funny. You know what?
Oh, I just did a
More power to them, though. If they can generate traffic out of it, I say go for it.
Well, they will.
Yeah, they
That's
will.
like all the people. That's like all the people that get on the wind system and ask for a radio demonstration of the wind system, and it's just like a 2-hour-long process of just like, yeah, over here and blah 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 blah, and you know what, and then my buddy over here in New York, take it away. It's like Jesus. It's like a 2-hour ordeal.
But sorry.
Hey,
Anyway, what
Nick,
I was
can you
trying to
let-
say
can
with
you
that
let
is
me
that.
in?
No.
Sorry. Say. Go again.
No.
Can you let me into Zoom?
Why are you not in Zoom?
Yeah.
I am
he's on
trying
a
to switch
different
over to my
computer.
computer off my phone.
There you go.
There you go. I'm in twice now.
But you know
Sweet,
what we
thanks.
also could do, Nick, with Discord, which would be pretty cool. Not only would it get usage out of the server more, but
We
we
could
can use
attract more
utilize we could also use a stage channel. Basically, we join, and we are like, we can whitelist certain people to join it, and then we can manually allow others in. So like during the whole net preamble thing, we can do our thing like a normal group, and then say Joe Blow wants to join, we can allow him on a one-time basis basically to join, just like in Zoom. And
That's a cool feature.
so it really
Did
wouldn't be
anybody
that
see
huge of
Bert just do a
that wouldn't
360?
be huge of a change.
He's talented, man.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think I just need someone at like 7:30 next time we get on to get on with me and just kind of help get it set up, and it won't be hard.
Yeah, I'm
like I
down.
know what audio settings to use. I know how to level out the audio and all of that.
Yeah.
I just don't know why the audio is not pumping through. What I want to do is test it on the repeater before we get ready to go live and see if the audio coming through is fine, because usually in Zoom it's not a problem, which makes me think it might be my node. But if it was my node, the only time my node has ever been a problem, the audio was distorted for everybody. For me or any audio coming through it came out like pixelated garbage, and then I rebooted my node and the whole problem went away. That only happened once, like a year ago. So I don't know, man. I think going to Discord is the way to go. Plus, then I can cancel my Zoom subscription and save like 20-something bucks a month.
Yeah, that's crazy. With Discord now, you can just do that. Anybody here going to Dayton this year?
Nope.
No? Damn. Alright.
Nope.
I don't even go to my
We're gonna-
local fan fest because I'm always busy.
That's fair.
I'm-
We're gonna have the.
I really
we're gonna
wanna-
have- We got the mega booth, dude. Go ahead, Dave.
I really want to go to one, but it's always at an inconvenient time. Either that or the one that they
Yeah.
were talking about that's happening somewhere around here. Like they open at 7. It's like on the far side of Sacramento in like Folsom or something. I mean, I have to leave here at 4 in the morning, and they close up shop by noon. Like, holy cow.
Ugh.
And that just no way. And the one they do in Concord is always on my anniversary weekend, so there's just like zero chance that's gonna happen. Oh well.
What, Pacificon?
Yeah, exactly. It looks like
Yeah.
it looks like I mean, I'd like to go to it once. It might be fun.
It's yeah, to be honest, like I think I got my bar set pretty high with the
Yeah,
mention.
yeah.
But last year I went to it's just every year that I've gone, because I've gone for I don't know 6-7 years now. It's just like declined on every year that
Yeah.
I've gone to it.
Yeah.
I probably won't go to it next year. So
I've kind of heard that it's not what it used to
And-
be. Like COVID wrecked it, and it just never really come back.
unless my
I,
work goes, then I'll be there. But yeah.
Yeah. I had I've been connecting with VVR from the chairlift up at Dodge Ridge when I'm up there snowboarding on the weekends. I wanted to do a test with my 2 different antennas. I forget where my other antenna is. But I have the signal stick, which just seems to work fantastically, and I wanted to do a live test and get. Usually I'll talk to Servando if he's around, but try and get him to do a recording and see what I sound like on the 2 different antennas using the same radio from the same spot, 150 miles away. But
Worst case, hit me up because I can always remote connect, and my node records.
okay,
I've got something set up.
Are you around on like Saturday mornings, like 9 between like 9 and 11?
It depends on the weekend, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
I mean, what I always could do. How often do you go?
Well, it seems like every other weekend right now. So I'm not there this weekend, but I think I might go next weekend. And then I think the week following, I'll
message
definitely
you.
be up there. Okay.
Yeah, I'll message you because what I can do is I can probably just leave one of my nodes camped out on VVR.
Yeah.
And as long as you tell me what time it is, I can just pull the recordings.
Okay. Cool.
Basically, almost like a Broadcastify feed in a way, kind of, but local only. And I can just pull the recordings
Yeah.
at the time. But I'll
Yeah,
tell you
I can do that.
if I can have that running, because I think that whole system is down right now. Because radio hasn't been a priority for me.
All right, real quick. Let's see.
Holy Jesus Christ, Nick.
Was that loud?
Not for me.
You are loud, bro.
I'm loud?
You sound normal now.
Oh.
To me, but
Oh, well, I don't know. You're like giga loud, dude.
Okay. So I'm gonna key up and somebody just say their call sign, but we need somebody else to listen to the VVR. So who's listening and who's talking?
I can have Mike talk, and
Okay.
I can listen to the I can listen to the node. Hang on 1 second. Let me get my my node reconnected there, and
I think I have
I'll
a
tell you
radio.
what it
Yeah,
sounds like.
I've got a radio here.
But repeater? No, I'm kidding. Okay. VVR. Hang on. Okay. Can't say that channel name on YouTube. All right. Go ahead and send her.
I'm keying up now.
This is Mike WG5EEK with an audio test.
Nope.
Didn't
Yeah,
sound.
just about nothing.
cheeks.
That's
Yeah.
insane. I've got.
You know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like, Nick? It sounds
What?
like this.
Nothing.
That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like you're in the back of a room, and then
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah. You're like that one guy in meetings that's like, actually, excuse me, Like that's what Mike
Nick
sounds
sound
like.
like? What does Nick sound like? Listen to Nick.
Oh yeah, hold on, sender Nick.
This is KN6DAL with an audio test.
Crispy, loud.
Super loud.
Actually, yeah, I've got my radio set at like half volume. So if you guys want, we can switch over to Discord and screw around with it. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure if our viewers.
Tens of viewers.
This is WG5EK with an audio test.
He sounds great
That was
there.
like 6 different sources of radio. Yeah,
That
no,
sounded
you
good.
sound great. If you want, Nick, we can bop over to
No,
Discord.
it's 9 o'clock.
See-
I got to work tomorrow.
You have work?
Yeah, I have to work.
Yeah, he's an adult.
It's Saturday. Wow.
What kind of Saturday?
Wow, that's cold.
Hey, if you can't legally drink, you're not an adult. So.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'll save my never mind.
But you can join the military and go sacrifice yourself for the country.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
It's driving me
I
nuts
bought a
that's not working because everything that it could be is.
Well, next time just restart everything before the stream.
I always restarted. I mean, I restarted voice meter. I
Nick, I
restarted
think-
everything.
Your node,
I think we
the
got
whole
poke at it,
computer,
bro.
just the whole computer, restart it.
How long has this been, Nick? 5 years? We did this pre-COVID, right? We set this whole audio thing up pre-COVID, if I remember.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, I've messed with different stuff and changed things, and
I know, but what I'm saying is I think we ought to, like you said, take the computer app back, put a couple rounds in it, get a new one. No, no, but I think maybe it's time to revisit that audio nightmare that you and I did. No, probably won't take 7 hours again. But we definitely can probably improve some audio chain stuff. Because there is some stuff that's come out in the later updates of the various software that you have that
Well, Connor, you're clipping for me right now, so
yeah,
I wanna-
I'm hearing you clip too.
that's Zoom for you, because there's
Yeah.
no AGC. Because it's like on Discord, for example, just whack on AGC and I can just pump it with audio, and it's fine. Because I'm not actually clipping on my input, because I'm monitoring my input to Zoom. Even when I'm maxed out, there's no clipping. But
I'm gonna
on
try
Zoom,
these.
it sounds like it's clipping.
Yeah, it sounds like it's clipping.
Yep.
You know,
And
I
that's
should have
Zoom.
restarted Zoom because I've had Zoom up on my computer for the whole time. I wonder if that's a problem.
Nah, it's something more than that. I think it's a good idea to move to Discord because like
Yeah.
you said, less money per month, no money
I
per
agree.
month, and
Yeah,
a more powerful
exactly.
system for us to use.
It's a good idea.
Let's
do it.
I mean, you and I have been talking about that for. God, Nick, I think we initially talked about that like 2 years ago. We were like, let's move it to Discord. And
Yeah,
we just never did it.
just never did it.
So, yeah, that's the story of my life.
We're yeah, I'm lame like that. I don't know what to tell you.
God, your gain is so high. I just heard you whack, and your it's just you can hear the.
For me,
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, you just whacked something.
I just
Oh,
turned
mine
my
is
heater
good.
off. Is that better?
No. You like whacked your arm, and it was like it didn't even mute it out.
That's
Your mic
weird.
on.
I've got my
Yeah.
gate on, so it shouldn't pick
Alright,
up
well,
the little thing.
I'm gonna hop on the Mad Scientist net, but Nick, if you want, either we can try to do something this week if you want, or whatever. Just let me know
Okay.
if you want. We can poke outside. I'll be around. I don't do anything, so.
Sounds good, man. Me
Ever.
either.
Yeah. I just sit around now. Like an old man. I come home. I'm in bed by 7 o'clock. So I can, but I can make an exception. So.
He's waiting for
Anyways.
drinking age.
Yeah, there you go. That's yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm waiting for. You know it. My favorite activity.